Looky here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first September 2024 Systems Lab Live. This is an inaugural event for the month of September, and I'm excited. We are here today to tackle a really important subject on future proofing your project management career. But before we begin, do me a favor, share this live stream with about 200 people. No, just kidding. Share it with some people who are in your field, folks that you know that are project managers, operations professionals, those that are systems people. This is for you. This is for you. And I love this because I know that many people think PM career and we're just talking about the corporate folks. But no. This is certainly applicable to everyone who has a career in project management, whether you're called a project manager or not. This is your career. This is your pathway. This is what you're doing. Your jam is managing the people, the places, the projects, and all the things in between. And so we're going to be talking about AI, and we're going to be talking about why it is critical in this hour that we really embrace, that we really hone in, that we really start to sink our teeth into, like teeth, like juicy steak, that we start to sink our teeth into AI and make this a practice, make it a reality, make this something that is instrumental, in terms of how we're going to go about our own career strategy. So I'm excited about what we are doing. And so first and foremost, let me just go ahead and share my screen for the presentation. But as I'm sharing my screen, please put your name, where you tuning in from, and also my favorite question, which is, what are you working on this month? We're about to end the third quarter in about 18 days. Just kidding. What's 30 minus 11? Boom. Somebody's going to figure that out. Come on, math majors. We're going to log into our presentation. Let me play this. Okay, we're gonna hit the play button. Oh, I like. I'm using some new software, by the way, folks. This is by the Pitch People. I don't think they're called Pitch People, but it's called app.pitch.com. I believe. I think it is app.pitch.com. Welcome to Pitch. Let me see if that's the software. Welcome to Pitch. Yeah, pitch.com. So it's for founders and all sorts of people, but it's like presentation software. So I don't know. I kind of like it. I saw someone use it during a presentation, a webinar I was attending, and I said to myself, I think this would be a great opportunity for you to go and experiment with this. And so here we are. So let's dig in. What's going on, Instagram fam, YouTube fam, and LinkedIn fam? Make sure that you are in the comments, asking your questions, making your comments and whatnot. I will answer as we go along. But this is going to be really cool. We're going to talk about future proofing your PM career. What does that mean? And we're going to take a journey, because I just don't want to dive in and just say, let's just dive into the AI tools. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about this pathway to embracing AI. But here's this myth. Who's heard of this myth? In the chat, have you heard about this myth? AI will replace project managers. I've heard that for a long time, and it seems to be a very much a long-standing notion. What's going on, Winifred? Great to see you. Will AI replace project managers? And that's a myth. Why is that a myth? I think it's a myth for a couple reasons. Number one is that there is this notion of robots, of artificial intelligence, and apps, robots, devices that are literally going to come and sit in our physical seats and start typing away and start doing our work. And I believe for the most part, many companies are utilizing technology, artificial intelligence, and the like to do a few things. automate routine tasks, administrative tasks, and really help for efficiency. So for instance, Krispy Kreme, I go through these what do you want to call rabbit holes? These little mini adventures, I like to call them. They're like mini adventures on like companies. So I really love anything that has to do with product management. I love to go and research like food companies, and I'll type in whatever restaurant product manager. So I did that with Krispy Kreme. I was like, there has to be a Krispy Kreme product manager. Like, who's the brains behind the brand and the donut product and where it's placed in stores? Anyway, I was reading a lot about how they have made like their quarterly earnings. I forgot the big number, but it was a huge number. And it was essentially talking about how they're continuing to stay on top. So, a couple reasons why Krispy Kreme is staying on top is because they have utilized technology like AI, like robots and different technology, and they've automated the donut making process so they can make donuts faster. Why? Because they can get them, package them, and then they can go to their distribution centers. So that could mean that they're in partnership with 7-Eleven that serves Krispy Kreme. There's also the what is it, the actual Krispy Kreme shop where like the lights are on. I think it's the terminology that they use. I haven't had Krispy Kreme donuts in like 10 plus years, so I may not be familiar. It's called like the light is on or something like that. That's I think what it's called. But anyway, nonetheless, in some form or fashion, the technology, yes, has replaced humans doing the routine tasks like creating donuts. But if we think about it in terms of project management, which I always say that project management is a very people oriented business. It's a people oriented discipline. And there's only but so much that AI can do that would actually be able to replace a human. Who's going to lead these meetings? Hey, gotcha. No, yeah. People can still lead the meetings. Who's going to be able to come up with the ideas and the solutions? AI can only do but so much. AI is a partner. It is a thought partner. It is a instrument to be used to help we as project managers do our work well. That's what it's for. So I just wanted to set that up. AI will not replace project managers, but it is our responsibility as project managers to be on top of it when it comes to artificial intelligence, not just chat GPT. I'm talking about all of the different elements of utilizing AI. We got Microsoft Copilot, we have Google, we have ClickUp, we got all the different players in the work management productivity space that are saying, come here so you can spend more money. Come on, somebody. You can spend more money so that you can become more productive with us. And we're going to help you because we have our LLM, which is our learning language model that can help you and your team become more efficient. So I hope that was a little helpful about Krispy Kreme and how they're making their donuts. So our question of the day is this: how should project managers embrace AI? And I, for one, was very slow to the whole adoption of AI. Very slow to it. I didn't quite understand it. I didn't know. It just wasn't. I was like, hey, look at me. I can do this project work. I don't need AI. I don't need it to do anything for me. How is it gonna help me? That's me. Like, I was just like, y'all are tripping because all I hear is the content creators talking about, ooh, you gotta use ChatGPT for your captions and to help you think. And would increasingly see people use ChatGPT as a vehicle to just say, oh, my brain, I can't create content in chat GPT. Oh, it's gonna help solve everything. So that was my thought process, right? Now, I ain't mad at people who were the early adopters of chat GPT and all these other different resources. But that was my perspective that I had. I didn't really have another outlook to say, all right, how would I be able to use AI in my productivity, in my daily productivity routines, in my work, and my day-to-day work. Now, this is not to say I didn't follow people or I didn't have a clue about how to start. I just wasn't all about jumping on the AI train. In fact, I wanted to start to read about artificial intelligence. I wanted to read about the ethics. I wanted to read about the concerns. I wanted to read about just AI period. So I just took a long time, right? I just took my sweet little time and I began to see some of my favorite tools start to incorporate AI. And so I said, all right, well, I don't have to go too far, right? I don't have to go too far in all this. And then I started to say, okay, pick up the pace, Ash, and let's start to explore ChatGPT, Claude AI, and just go within the tools that you use and start to explore how you can utilize it in your everyday life. And so that's why we're in this series. And so I decided instead of doing a tech tool tonight, we were just going to talk about the ways in which we as project managers need to start to embrace AI and how we can upskill, right? So we're going to talk about what we need to do to master AI, the skills that we need to do that, what we need to look out for, how do we adopt this? How do we do this thing, right? So we're going to be talking about this and I'm super excited about doing that. So drop any questions that you have in the chat. I actually put out in a LinkedIn poll. I mean, you all can give me some feedback in the DMs. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything. But I already asked the LinkedIn peeps because that's where I'm mainly my mainstay. I asked, hey, content pulse check. What it's a new month. What should we be focusing on next? And I put AI, like more like keep going with AI and like 3 other topics. So far, I only have a couple of responses, but people are saying keep going with AI, which for me, I'm surprised. I thought people by now would be like, we we finished with this AI business. But hey, we'll see what happens in a week and we'll just continue to rock this thing out. So yeah, this is our question of the day. How should project managers embrace AI? Like what what's our what's our path? What does that look like? And before we begin, let's just talk about like why you should care. Why should you care? Because that was my question in this journey. It was like, why should I care about this? Like, why is it relevant for me to embrace AI? Why should I learn it? Why should I spend time investigating all things AI? So this was an interesting stat. I shared this on LinkedIn. I shared this on Instagram. It says by 2030, 80% of project management tasks could be powered by AI. Okay. 80%. That's a lot. By 2030. What is it? 2024 now? We're just about to get into 2025. So we're talking about in 5 years. Hmm. So this particular stat has me going now. Now that it's saying that 80% of project management tasks could be powered by AI, I'm thinking to myself, how are the tasks going to become automated and how are the tasks going to be powered by AI if they don't have a project manager? So I was like, here we go. Here we go. Here's how we're putting 1 plus 1 together, which is equaling 2. My friends, this is why we will never be replaced. Okay. This is why we'll never be replaced because now the tasks can't be powered by AI all by themselves. Like this isn't like some sort of movie where like somebody just, you know, gets back up or well, that's a wrong analogy, but this isn't something where, it's almost like it's almost like a baby and you're telling the baby, get up and walk. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not it. They haven't learned yet, right? So that's why it's on us to get trained. We need to learn AI. We need to figure out how it's going to work for us, our teams, our businesses. If you're in the corporate space, right? How it's working for your team or your company. If you support an entrepreneur, or if you have your own business, how are you utilizing AI? What are your own best use cases? And I think that was also another thing too with project management and AI. I know PMI, the Project Management Institute, they came out with their mini course, which I should take. by the way, but I wasn't seeing any tangible people like studying AI. Like I wasn't seeing use cases. Like I wasn't seeing use cases. So this is why we're also in the series too, because I wanted to go through how a project manager can utilize these tools to supercharge their efficiency in their work. So that's why, we did Loom, we did Scribe, Miro. Yeah, Loom, Scribe, Miro, and then we're doing this future proofing one. And then we'll get into the PM tools, which I'm excited about. We'll go and we'll start to explore that soon. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Like, why should we care? Because in 5 years, 80% of the work is going to be powered by AI. And my friends, we are going to be the ones that are going to be driving that ship. I think I said shift, driving that ship. And you should be excited. Okay. Next up, I want to lay a lot of the landscape. What's going on, Gregory Harvey? How are you doing? What's happening? Okay, let's talk a little bit about the landscape of AI, project managers, all the things. So this is a Capterra survey, a 2023 Capterra survey about AI and PM. So here's where we're at. So while perhaps like I wouldn't say the rest of the world, but I would say that, there's a lot of industries that are probably more further along than the project management industry when it comes to this. And this little graph, you may not be able to see all of it, but I will read it out to you. So basically what it's saying is this: 39% of people are saying that they plan to deploy or they're on a technology roadmap to utilizing AI. 31% is that they're gathering knowledge and investing and developing a strategy. 22% are saying they've deployed / they've used AI right now. 8% say no plans and they're unaware of the plans to deploy AI. So what does this actually mean? And I'm so glad that we are breaking this down so that we know that where we are as PMs, that we know what we're doing. Okay, sorry. The little thing just went back. Okay. So the majority of project managers are already using AI or planning to utilize AI. So if you are still kind of wondering, how can I be doing this? Like, how should I start? Right? Let me tell you, you're not that far behind. You're not that far behind. So, and I want to break down these categories. 39 say that they're planned to deploy or they're having a tech roadmap to deploy AI, because it's not as simple as just sign people up for Chat GPT or Claude AI or Microsoft Copilot. There has to be strategy to incorporate this technology into your current workload, your resources, your people, your cost, the projects, the other tools. There's a lot to think about when we're talking about incorporating AI into a company, into a business, into nonprofits. Man, that's a good one. I gotta ask somebody, nonprofits and AI. Okay, it's probably similar, but I would be interested in hearing a little bit about that too. How is AI helping the donor space and all that? Okay, tangent. Okay, so there's a lot to consider. This is why 31% are gathering knowledge and investigating, developing a strategy. So they're developing the strategy, saying, okay, how are we going to do this? What does it look like? How much is this going to cost? Who is going to be the pilot group that's going to upskill? And we're going to talk about that as an area to master. So there's lots to about planning. And 22%, they say deployed. They're already using it. So 22% of people in this survey, they're already using it. Okay. And they did this out of, I want to say, 320 or so PMs. So 22% said, so we're utilizing it, which is not right. I'd love to know what tools they're using and actually how they're using it. But 8% said, not I, not I. 8% said, not I, not I. They said, we're not even there yet. We are just trying to get ourselves situated with our current project management tool. That's probably what it is. We've just adopted a project management tool. We're just getting people trained up in that area. So we have not even explored how AI can make a difference. So here we are with that. All right. The next thing is that 93% of companies that have invested in AI in a PM, invested in AI in project management report a positive return on the investment in the last 12 months. So let's just tease this out a bit. Those that have invested say that AI has had a positive impact. Now I'm waiting for probably in a couple of years, right? Probably in a good 2, 3, maybe 4 years, maybe even 5 years, a really good comprehensive report on some of the tangible factors, or even more case studies on productivity, on time management, deliverables, revenue, all that good stuff. But I like this. So I think I'm pulling us in a journey of why we should embrace AI and where we currently are in the project management field. We're not too far behind. So it's time for you to activate your curiosity gear and start to say, all right, what tools am I going to start to utilize? So even if you are leading out a team, you may start to say, hey, let me spend some time just looking at what we have internally in our company, and maybe even just start with even some of the free AI features or tools out there and start to think through what can I be utilizing AI for? I love it. So even last week or the week before when we did Miro has lots of AI features now. They got the intelligent canvas. And so you might want to think about specific case studies to start to jumpstart your curiosity into how do I go about seeing how AI can really help myself, my work, and my team. Brainstorming. I love a good brainstorming session. And Miro has some really great features where if you have a brainstorming session, you're utilizing the stickies, you can with a click of a button, you can get a summary of what everybody has said. What a great practice, right? Just a good exercise to start to utilize ChatGPT. I mean, sorry, to start to start to utilize AI. So many tools, people, so many tools. All right. So here we are, mastering AI in 5 critical areas. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? I know I am. I'm excited about this. So what we're going to do is we're going to review 5 areas that are really going to help supercharge your and future-proof your PM career. These are the areas where you will need to focus on. Now, all of it has a tone of upskilling or learning, right? That's going to be the undercurrent to what we're talking about here. Here we go. So let's think through AI powered collaboration. AI powered collaboration. So when we think about the areas that you need to master in order to future proof your career when you are working on a project, you want to think about, all right, when it comes to collaboration, because that's the buzzword. I love a good collaboration myself, but we'll talk about that another time so we won't go on too many tangents. But here's what we're talking about. AI can really help automate tasks by creating real-time updates and reminders for team members. So here's what's happening here. AI can help pull information and really help team members collaborate on key tasks in areas where you still need that human to human connection. Does that make sense? If you have any questions, make sure to put that in the chat, so I don't want to lose anybody. But that's what we're really looking at. We're looking at streamlining our communication by automating routine tasks. And because of that, it's really going to help to supercharge a lot of the collaborative efforts that we as humans do on a daily basis. So we're talking about task tracking, document sharing, all those things that are really going to help reduce the bottlenecks. So that's what we mean by AI powered collaboration. So when you are working on a project, you have an opportunity to utilize Microsoft Copilot. One thing that even Slack does, or even some of these other, and I believe the new ClickUp chat does this as well. But something that is instrumental in some of these like chat based communication based tools is that you can get chat summaries. So you can be able to summarize the communication, which is great, because if you summarize perhaps a conversation, you can say, I got these 5 key points, and now I can be prepared to go to this meeting or even ask follow-up questions. So you're not even asking the same questions that maybe other people have asked. Does that make sense? I love it. Okay. So here we are. Here we are. Next up, upskilling through AI training. So this is where investment is going to come in. This is why we saw in the other chart that there was about 31% were just starting to put together the strategy in the plan. Because at the end of the day, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Because at the end of the day, there's going to have to be training that happens with any of these AI tools. I'm going to use Microsoft Copilot as an example, because it's not just a plug and play type of thing, right? Where you're just like, oh, okay, I can just plug and play and, just do my thing. You can do all sorts of things with Microsoft Copilot. It can help with your Microsoft Word, like in terms of the documents and the Microsoft suite. I'm just going to look something up really quickly. Microsoft Copilot, MS Word. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm trying to say. So, for instance, Microsoft 365 Copilot, you can utilize that in Microsoft Word, and you can even collaborate with their business chat and with their meeting notes, Microsoft Notes, or in Outlook. There's all sorts of things that you can do. It's enterprise ready. That's what they are communicating in this blog post. So what I'm getting at here is that when you're planning to utilize AI, you're going to need the training. So you're going to need to, especially if you are pitching this to your company, to your decision makers, what you'll want to do is you'll want to master whatever the tool that you have and say, hey, this particular tool is really going to help us with optimizing our workflows, creating better strategy, and creating innovative solutions so that we can execute projects before the deadline. We can save the company money. And this particular area, you as a PM being able to upskill and know a particular tool, it's going to send you light years ahead in your career. So that's what I'm getting at when we're moving us through these five critical areas. You want to think about when we talk about AI powered collaboration, you want to talk about how you can collaborate better utilizing AI. You're going to need to know how to do it. You're going to need to create the use cases and the scenarios if you haven't done it already. And getting trained in AI is really going to help put you light years ahead versus the other PM that has not used AI at all. All right. Smart decision making. So again, utilizing AI to help you make better decisions. So whether that is you're inside of ClickUp and you're in the dashboard feature or you're getting a status report, it's going to really help you to say, all right, I'm noticing these patterns. I'm noticing what's happening. These reports are coming out. Now I can make quicker decisions. I can make better informed decisions. And now it doesn't take me as long to report up to my executive leadership or pinpoint an issue because AI has helped me to do that. So this is the third area that you're going to want to master, which is utilizing AI for better decision making. So definitely start to think through, all right, man, what are some areas when it comes to the work that I'm doing that I would need to start to get some patterns going, to problem solve a bit quicker. Start thinking through that. Love that. What's going on, Jerry? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, next up, real-time project insight. So I did hint at this in the first one when we talked about AI-powered collaboration. So I was talking about that in the sense of how AI can help you to pull together some of these collaborative pieces like document sharing, task tracking, and things like that to help with better collaboration once you have that information collaborating with your colleague. Real-time insights. Hey, we just talked about that a little bit with the smarter decision making, being able to get project progress, resource usage, project performance. Let me break this down a bit. So, resource usage, being able to, if you have a whole line of projects. So, let me get a better example. Let me take a step back. So, if you are someone that has a team of PMs and you know that there are projects coming down the pipeline, AI can help you with seeing who's available to work on these new projects. There's nothing worse than just loading people up with projects, people suffering, people burning out, and you could have utilized the tool to help you. And so AI can do that. So when you're talking about leveling up in your own career, this is one of the areas that you're going to need to really hone in on. It's like, all right, how do I utilize AI to help me with understanding the project updates, who can work on certain tasks, and the overall project performance? Being able to do that as you go and you start to think through, what's my next chapter looking like? I'm going to apply for this new job. I am, going to go take on another client, whatever that is. This right here, understanding how to use AI for real-time project insights, that's money. That's money all the way. Last but not least, oh, and this is my favorite. I like to talk about a good leadership component, people leadership, cultivating leadership because you have utilized AI to automate tasks, to get feedback, to start identifying patterns, to collaborate better, to reduce meeting all the time. Now you get to lean in to being what I call a next gen digital project management, digital project manager, which is leadership, which is strategic planning, which is meeting with stakeholders and seeing, okay, the VP of finance, the client, you know, my community, whatever your scenario is. Now you get to lean in and start strategically thinking about where everybody is placed as it pertains to the project and what decisions that you need and what input that you want to have and how you can think through what you want to create next or what problem needs to be solved next, all because you have utilized AI in such a way that it frees up brain space. I love it. I love it. Who's loving this? This is exciting. This is exciting, friends. So those are the 5 particular areas. And I'll go back through them, and we have wrapped up, everyone. We have wrapped up. So I'll go back through the 5. So, to recap, AI powered collaboration, being able to look at what's going on, Marva, being able to see how these automated tasks, how AI can really help to you and me and I collaborate better with our colleagues when it comes to AI powered AI powered tasks. And so that's what's going to happen is that you'll be able to amplify your collaboration by incorporating AI. All right, what's our other critical task? Or excuse me, our other critical area. Upskilling, training, knowing these tools and how you can improve your project workflows, your strategy, and your innovation for project success. Smart decision making. Come on. This is where it gets good. Smart decision making, being able to identify patterns, analyzing information, allowing AI to partner with you so that you can make really good project decisions that are going to help the outcome of the project. Real-time project insights, not having to spend 30 minutes or 20 minutes saying, oh, what's the status of the project? Oh, or typing, hey, do you have an update? You are utilizing AI in such a way that you know the project progress update, the project performance. You can forecast the project performance. Ooh, this is so good, y'all. And also cultivating leadership. Last but not least, you're going to see your leadership EQ spike up because now that you have utilized AI for better collaboration, for streamlining the administrative tasks, to automate, now you can lean into some of your superpower. Now you can lean into the thought leadership. Now you can pull up a chair to the table and say, all right, let's start mapping out solutions. Let's start fixing issues, things that you're seeing, things that are maybe potential risks on a project. Now you can do this. Now you can go and you can say, hey, all right, now I can come up with a solution. Me and the team can work a little bit quicker on this. Well, that's it, everybody. I hope that you all have enjoyed this presentation here tonight. And I hope that you all have walked away with thinking through, all right, here are these 5 areas that I need to start to master, that I need to start to look into, that I need to start to adopt to future-proof your project management career. Be sure to watch this replay and send it to at least 5, 10, 15, or 20 people who need to see this. And we'll be back next week and for another edition of AI for Project Managers. And we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.